let's start with the New York Jets, Sam. Aaron Rodgers, Hall of Famer, ripped his fucking Achilles 4 snaps into his New York Jets debut. The 4-time MVP will be 40 years old in December. Sam, what does this mean for Garrett Wilson and the running back duo and the other options here in New York?
Yeah, Pop goes the weasel. Man, say what you want about Aaron Rodgers. I know he was up for a certain award on this particular show. I don't know about you, but I've been watching Hard Knocks. He bought in. I mean, he's going to Broadway plays. He's making the young guys laugh. He's getting people to buy in. He's excited about a fresh start. It's always hard to not root for the Hard Knocks guys, when they're on, when their team's being featured. And I mean, you talk about a franchise with bad luck and heartbreak. I mean, they're right up there with Lions and Browns. I mean, it's been since 1969 since they won their only Super Bowl. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2010. And here you have all this hope. And like you said, 4 snaps in. I think, there's still a lot of good players. I think we saw with them beating the Bills with that punt return, walk off, and overtime. They got talent. I mean, they have, as you said, Garrett Wilson. They got a good running back tandem. Brees Hall looks like he's all the way back. Wow, he looks incredible on just a short
Juice.
amount of carries.
Juice.
Man. Um, so, and then talk about Zach Wilson getting benched. Coach Saleh saying he needs to figure things out and get a restart, and now he's thrust right back into the starting position. It's a wild development.
Yeah, I'm sitting here as a fantasy owner of Garrett Wilson. As you know, he was my keeper this year. I was expecting, top 10 easy, top 5, top 3. But with Zach Queef Wilson, damn, top 15, top 15 might be where we're looking at Garrett Wilson for. And damn it, I'm super disappointed. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope Zach Wilson takes the leap. Zach Queef Wilson, excuse me. I hope he can figure things out. The number 2 overall pick a few years ago. Sam, is this the last we see of Aaron Rodgers? Is he going to come back?
Talk about him turning 40 this year.
40 in December.
I know a lot of guys when they hang it up, when they get into their older years, a lot of time it's based on family. I've spent a lot of time playing. I gotta make up for lost time with my wife and kids. Aaron Rodgers not married. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have kids, and I think with how excited he was and just everything that was going into this change and him playing for the Jets, I guess I wouldn't be surprised either way. But I think he's in a unique position that if he did want to come back, he could. And there are a few people on this planet that are more competitive than Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you want to go out like that, but also he's a guy with a lot of other interests. You don't want to destroy your body too. So I don't know. I think big old question mark for his future going forward.
Yeah, I totally lost my train of thought there about Aaron Rodgers, but it reminds me of when Kobe was late in his career and he tore his Achilles, and it's like no way is Kobe going to finish his career like that. He came back for 1 or 2 more years. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to come back. He's got a place with the Jets there, and the Jets obviously want him. Everybody went crazy when he got traded there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
last last thing on Mr. Rodgers, Sam. Could he possibly go into another darkness retreat with all this spare time he has this fall?
Suppose he could do that. He could maybe have some fun with ayahuasca and whatnot. But if he's serious about it and he does want to come back, I mean, that guy's in for 8, 9, 10 months of pure hell when it comes to intensive rehab. So I don't know if he'll have time for all of that. If he truly does want to come back, he's gonna. I mean, you see some of these young guys come back in a year and still not look the same. Again, we're talking about somebody who's very close to 40 years old. So um, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe another darkness retreat will help. Maybe he needs a darkness retreat to figure out if he's going to come back or not. And then if he is, then it's all day, all hours in the Jets facility rehabbing.
I'll be watching. I'll be watching. Aaron Rodgers is a popular guy, and we were all expecting big things from the Jets this season. Another guy that's going to be rehabbing, possibly with Aaron Rodgers in that dark room, that dark closet, is Baltimore Ravens running back J.K. Dobbins because he also tore his Achilles. Oh my goodness, J.K. Sam, as a rookie, J.K. Dobbins only missed one game back in 2020. He had 805 rushing yards, 9 tutties. Pretty solid rookie season.
Yeah.
But then he tore his ACL days before the 2021 season and missed the whole year. He was in and out of the lineup last year, only playing 8 games. After this season, J.K. Dobbins will have played in 24 out of a possible 67 games in his career. 43 games missed in 4 seasons. Is J.K. Dobbins burnt toast? Are you throwing him in the garbage? Is he done?
Yeah. A team might sign him. He could be a backup, third string. I think his days as a starting running back are over, and definitely his days of being fantasy relevant. Those are gone. It's done. Too injury prone. At a certain point, it's just too many injuries.
Going to be 43 games missed in 4 seasons for J.K. Dobbins. We see the leftovers there. Gus Edwards, Gus Bus is a lot of people refer to him as, but I call him Gus Bust because if you start him, he's going to bust on your lineup. And then Justice Hill, who had 2 tutties filling in for J.K. last week. We saw Queef Wilson in our league pick up Gus Bust. Got up real early this morning. Must have set an alarm for that one. But then Justice Hill was not picked up. Sam, how do you and we got Melvin Gordon probably getting activated off the practice squad. How do you order those running backs in Baltimore?
Yeah, for me, it's Justice Hill first, then Gus Bus. I think Justice Hill is more of an all-around running back than Gus Edwards is. I think Gus is your typical bruiser. He might vulture some goal line work. I'm not concerned about Melvin Gordon. And I think the reason nobody picked him up, Justice Hill, that is, it's just week one. I mean, week one is ridiculous. NFL wise, fantasy wise, it's hard to put any stock into what goes on. It's just crazy. So I think, there are definitely some waiver wire pickups. The waiver wire was busy this past week, but I think too, a lot of guys want to see what they have and who they drafted because if there was a poor performance, that doesn't necessarily mean that's how it's going to be for the rest of the season. So I'm not surprised that he wasn't picked up, but I'll be keeping a close eye on Justice Hill.
I think you're right. We've seen Gus Edwards fill in for J.K. Dobbins in the past and be, low end RB2 flex worthy. So we'll see. I don't know. This could be a possible spot for Kareem Hunt or Leonard Fournette or, damn it, a Jonathan Taylor trade. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in Baltimore?